before. That same day, Tobit remembered the money that he had left in trust with Gabriel at Regis in Media, and he said to himself, "Now I have asked for that. Why do I not call my son Tobias and explain to him about the money before I die?" Then he called his son Tobias, and when he came to him, he said, "My son, when I die, give me a proper burial. Honor your mother, and do not abandon her all the days of her life. Do whatever pleases her, and do not grieve her in anything. Remember her, my son, because she faced many dangers for you while you were in her womb, and when she dies, bury her beside me in same grave. Revere the Lord all your days, my son, and refuse to sin or to transgress his commandments. Live uprightly all the days of your life, and do not walk in the ways of wrongdoing, for those who act in accordance with truth will prosper in all their activities. To all those who practice righteousness, give alms from your possessions, and do not let your eyes begrudge the gift when you make it. Do not turn your face away from anyone who is poor, and the face of God will not be turned away from you. If you have many possessions, make your gift from them in proportion. If you do not be afraid to give to according to the little you have, so you will be laying up a good treasure for yourself against the day of necessity. For almsgiving delivers from death and keeps you from going into the darkness. Indeed, almsgiving for all who practice it is an excellent offering in the presence of the Most High. Beware, my son, of every kind of fornication. First of all, marry a woman from among the descendants of your ancestors. Do not marry a foreign woman who is not of your father's tribe, for we are the descendants of the prophets. Remember, my son, that Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our ancestors of old, all took wives from among their kindred. They were blessed in their children, and their posterity will inherit the land. So now, my son, love your kindred, and in your heart do not disdain your kindred, the sons and daughters of your people, by refusing to take a wife for yourself from among them. For in pride there is ruin and great confusion, and in idleness there is loss and dire poverty, because idleness is the mother of famine. Do not keep over until the next day the wages of those who work for you, but pay them at once. If you serve God, you will receive payment. Watch yourself, my son, in everything you do, and discipline yourself in all your conduct. And what you hate, do not do to anyone. Do not drink wine to excess, or let drunkenness go with you on your way. Give some of your food to the hungry, and some of your clothing to the naked. Give all your surplus as alms, and do not let your eyes begrudge your giving of alms. Place your bread on the grave of the righteous, but give none to sinners. Seek advice from every wise person, and do not despise any useful counsel. At all times bless the Lord God, and ask him that your ways may be made straight, and that all your paths and plans may prosper. For none of the nations has understanding, but the Lord himself will give them good counsel. But if he chooses otherwise, he casts down to deepest heights. So now, my child, remember these commandments, and do not let them be erased from your heart. And now, my son, let me explain to you that I left 10 talents of silver in trust with Gabriel, son of Gabrias, at Regis in Media. Do not be afraid, my son, because we have become poor. You have great wealth if you fear God, and flee from every sin, and do what is good in the sight of the Lord your God. Tobit 5. Then Tobias answered his father, Tobit, I will do everything that you have commanded me, father. But how can I obtain the money from him, since he does not know me and I do not know him? What evidence am I to give him, so that he will recognize and trust me and give me the money? Also, I do not know the roads to Media, or how to get there. Then Tobit answered his son Tobias. He gave him his bond, and I gave him my bond. I divided his in two. We each took one part and put one with the money. And now 20 years have passed since I have left this money in trust. So now, my son, find yourself a trustworthy man to go with you, and we will pay him wages until you return. But get back the money from Gabriel. So Tobias went out to look for a man to go with him to Media, someone who was acquainted with the way. He went out and found the angel Raphael standing in front of him, but he did not perceive that he was an angel of God. Tobias said to him, "Where do you come from, young man?" "From your kindred, the Israelites," he replied. "I have come here to work." Then Tobias said to him, "Do you know the way to go to Media?" "Yes," he replied. "I have been there many times. I am acquainted with it and know all the roads. I have often traveled to Media and would stay with our kinsman Gabriel, who lives in Rages of Media. It is a journey of 2 days from Ecbatana to Rages, for it lies in a mountainous area, while Ecbatana is the middle of the plain." Then Tobias said to him, "Wait for me, young man, until I go in and tell my father, for I do need you to travel with me, and I will pay you your wages." He replied, "All right, I will wait, but do not take too long." So Tobias went in to tell his father Tobit, and said to him, "I have just found a man who is one of your own Israelite kindred." He replied, "Call the man in, my son, so that I may learn about his family and to what tribe he belongs, and whether he is trustworthy enough to go with you." Then Tobias went out and called him and said, "Young man, my father is calling you." So he went in to him, and Tobit greeted him first and replied, "Joyous greeting to you." But Tobit retorted, "What joy is left for me any more? I am a man without eyesight. I cannot see the light of heaven, but I lie in darkness like the dead who no longer see the light. Although still alive, I am among the dead. I hear people, but I cannot see them." But the young man said, "Take courage. The time is near for God to heal you. Take courage." Then Tobit said to him, "My son Tobias wishes to go to Media. Can you accompany him and guide him? I will pay your wages, brother." He answered, "I can go with him, and I know all the roads, for I have often gone to Media and have crossed all its plains, and I am familiar with its mountains and all its roads." Then Tobit said to him, "Brother, of what family are you, and from what tribe? Tell me, brother." He replied, "Why do you need to know my tribe?" But Tobit said, "I want to be sure, brother, whose son you are, and what your name is." He replied, "I am Azariah, the son of great Hananiah, one of your relatives." Then Tobit said to him, "Welcome, God save you, brother. Do not feel bitter toward me, brother, because I wanted to be sure about your ancestry. It turns out that you are a kinsman and of good and noble lineage, for I knew Hananiah and Nathan, the 2 sons of Shelemiah, and they used to go with me to Jerusalem and worship with me there, and were not led astray. Your kindred are good people. You come of good stock. Hearty welcome." Then he added, "I will pay you a drachma a day as wages, as well as expenses for yourself and my son. So go with my son, and I will add something to your wages." Raphael answered, "I will go with him, so do not fear. We shall live in good health and return to you in good health, because the way is safe." So Tobit said to him, "Blessings be upon you, brother." Then he called his son and said to him, "Son, prepare supplies for the journey and set out with your brother. May God in heaven bring you safely there and return you in good health to me, and may his angel, my son, accompany you both for your safety." Before he went out to start his journey, he kissed his father and mother. Tobit then said to him, "Have a safe journey." But his mother began to weep and said to Tobit, "Why is it that you have sent my son away? Is he not the staff of our hand as he goes in and out before us? Do not heap money upon money, but let it be a ransom for our child. For the life that is given to us by the Lord is enough for us." Tobit said to him, "Do not worry. Our child will live in good health and return to us in good health. Your eyes will see him on the day when he returns to you in good health. Say no more. Do not fear for them, my sister, for a good angel will accompany him. His journey will be successful, and he will come back in good health." Proverbs 20. Wine is a mocker, strong drink a brawler, and whoever is led astray by it is not wise. The dread anger of a king is like the growling of a lion. Anyone who provokes him to anger forfeits life itself. It is honorable to refrain from strife, but every fool is quick to quarrel. The lazy person does not plow in season. Harvest comes, and there is nothing to be found. The purposes in the human mind are like deep water, but the intelligent will draw them out. Many proclaim themselves loyal, but who can find one worthy of trust? The righteous walk in integrity. Happy are the children who follow them. A king who sits on the throne of judgment winnows all evil with his eyes. Who can say, I have made my heart clean, I am pure from my sin? Diverse weights and diverse measures are both alike an abomination to the Lord. Even children make themselves known by their acts, by whether what they do is pure and right. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord has made them both. Do not love sleep, or else you will come to poverty. Open your eyes, and you will have plenty of bread. Bad, bad, says the buyer, then goes away and boasts. There is gold and abundance of costly stones, but the lips informed by knowledge are a precious jewel. Take the garment of one who has given surety for a stranger. Seize the pledge given as surety for foreigners. Bread gained by deceit is sweet, but afterwards the mouth will be full of gravel. Plans are established by taking advice. Wage war by following wise guidance. A gossip reveals secrets, therefore do not associate with a babbler. If you curse father or mother, your lamp will go out in utter darkness, and state quickly acquired in the beginning will not be blessed in the end. Do not say, I will repay evil. Wait for the Lord, and he will help you. Deferring waits are an abomination to the Lord, and false scales are not good. All our steps are ordered by the Lord. How then can we understand our own ways? It is a snare for one to say rashly, it is holy, and begin to reflect only after making a vow. A wise king winnows the wicked and drives the wheel over them. The human spirit is the lamp of the Lord, searching every inmost part. Loyalty and faithfulness preserve the king, and his throne is upheld by righteousness. The glory of youths is better than strength, but the beauty of the aged is their grey hair. Blows that wounded cleanse away evil. Beatings make clean the innermost parts.